Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome. It's been a while.
Yeah. This is Perf Damage, the show where we talk about the secret histories of Hollywood.
And film restoration, which is not what we're talking about today.
No. I think we've mentioned before that we had something special to announce. And so today's the day. We finally have the official word that we can announce this.
Yeah, I mean, it's already been announced publicly, but I will be speaking at the TCM Film Festival this year about the history of VistaVision, which I can't believe that's actually something I'm saying out loud.
Well, I mean, they couldn't have gotten someone better for that because you are the VistaVision queen.
Well, they looked around and they said, who's interested in VistaVision? Who knows any history on VistaVision?
And like four people put their hands up.
Crickets. I know, I've slowly in town become like the VistaVision lady.
Yeah, like if we're in all the studios, if someone wants to know about VistaVision, somehow they get Charlotte's name and end up calling her.
I know. So yeah, they've announced it. I'm going to be speaking on the history. I also invited my pal Craig Barron to speak with me. Craig is
an Academy Award winner in special effects.
Yes, he worked at ILM and he did special effects, and he actually worked with VistaVision cameras, and he's a huge VistaVision camera fan. He actually had VistaVision camera, the Mitchell camera number 3. He kept it under his desk for a long time.
Aww.
He has pictures of himself with it. I don't know if he's hugging it, but he probably hugged it after hours.
Those special pictures.
Yeah,
I bet the ones that he keeps private from everybody.
Yeah, the blackmail pictures.
Yeah.
They're out there. We know they're out there, Craig. So I invited him to speak with me because who better than to talk about working with VistaVision and the revival of VistaVision after the initial use of it in the 50s than someone who actually was there using it and who loved using it. So yeah, Craig's a huge VistaVision fan. When he heard I was setting up a VistaVision thing in the archive at Paramount, he said, "You need any help? What can I do to help?" So he's a huge VistaVision fan, so I can't think of anyone better to speak to. And he speaks at TCM every year with Ben Burt.
Yeah, I think they're doing it again this year. I don't know what the topic is yet.
They do the best dog and pony show.
Oh, they're
in
hilarious.
Town.
Yeah, they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are in town.
Yeah, so the presentation is part of their Club TCM series, which you have to have a special level pass to actually get access to that. So if you're lucky enough to hold one of those passes, please come check out the presentation. It is April 25th that I'll be speaking about it.
Yeah, at the famous Roosevelt Hotel.
Yeah, in the ballroom.
The ballroom that the first Academy Awards was held at.
Yeah.
That's pretty
cool.
exciting.
It is very exciting.
I'll be there. Come say hi.
And yeah, we might have a little special guest with us.
I'll have pom-poms. I'll just be like cheering Charlotte on from the crowd.
Before I have him
escorted out. Yeah.
Please, that guy.
That guy, the weird one over there. Yeah.
Also, they are showing a couple VistaVision prints.
Well, that's kind of how this all came about. I think maybe lay a little groundwork for them, like how this whole, focus on VistaVision happened this year at TCM.
Well, they're showing VistaVision film prints. So if you've been following any info about TCM and the film festival this year, they announced a couple weeks ago that they are showing 2 VistaVision film prints. I mean, they're building VistaVision projectors specifically for this. So Boston Light and Sound over in Boston is actually building these projectors, shipping them across
in pieces, and then
across the country.
They're being reassembled
here, put into the Chinese theater, and 2 VistaVision film prints are going to be shown there. We're No Angels and Gunfight at the OK Corral, and I will be doing small introductions before both of those, and then there will be other speakers, I believe, talking at those.
Yep.
So those are not the super duper pass level, but if you can see those, please do. I think they also sell individual tickets for those. So
yeah, I think so.
Hopefully there will be room, but please, if you're around or whatever, please see these. This is going to be the hottest ticket in town.
Well, it's going to be a real treat because, we all know that VistaVision wasn't actually projected in VistaVision most times.
Yeah.
It was very rare occasion that it was actually
very rare and very
seen
rare.
natively. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them, We're No Angels, we're going to have with a Perspecta audio track, if you know what that is. So even more rare. So
yes, I know everybody's been after us to do a Perspecta audio episode. So
and we have been talking to people about that.
Yeah, so that
it's not for lack of wanting to.
It's in the shoot, people. We are going to do that.
There's just so much to do.
It will happen.
Yeah. So like you said, how did this all happen?
Yeah, give them some background.
Okay. Well, as the VistaVision lady, every year TCM, they go to all the studios and they say, what have you worked on? What's new? What have you restored? What would be good to program at the festival? And I've been involved pitching stuff to them every year with my boss formerly. And last year, I thought I really had him. I said, it's the 70th anniversary of VistaVision, and we've restored 30 VistaVision films that you can choose from. And they said, that's great, but it's the 100th anniversary of Columbia. We'll be highlighting Columbia this year. So I said, okay.
You said, darn it.
Dang it.
But you kept that in the back of your head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'm pitching VistaVision every year, whether they realize it or not. It's like, hey, look at all these films, all VistaVision. So this year, I've been doing research for the book that I'm working on about the history of VistaVision. If that's not been said before, I don't know.
I can't remember if we've actually announced that you're working on a book here or not.
I don't know. But it's all VistaVision all the time.
But here we go. Another big announcement, guys. Charlotte's working on a VistaVision book.
Yeah, still seeking a publisher. Anyways, so I was doing some research in the archive, and I was looking at everything we had that's on VistaVision, because I'm always looking for those missing things or things that haven't been discovered yet. I'm nosy. I like to see what's hiding. What haven't we looked at?
It's kind of your job to be nosy.
It's my job.
Yeah.
So in doing that, I found that we had all this stuff saying VistaVision print. Huh? That's not something you see very often. So we actually had the Gunfight at the OK Corral print at the archive building. The rest of them were located off lot at our cold storage. So I went upstairs, pulled it off the shelf, and looked at it. It was a VistaVision film print. It's not original. You know, there's no soundtrack on it. It's not an original film print that was done way back in the 50s. Yeah. I'm not even entirely sure that Gunfight was ever exhibited as a VistaVision film print originally.
Well, you just haven't found proof yet.
That I don't know yet. Yeah.
Happened.
I need solid proof before I say yay or nay. Anyhow, so we had VistaVision film prints that were made. We had 10 of them.
10 different movies.
10 of them. So there were some that were Jerry Lewis films, which those are always a hard sell to people.
Although, hey,
myself.
Charlotte's getting worn down. She's actually kind of embracing the genius that is Jerry Lewis now. Finally.
I will admit.
Now that you've worked on so many of his films.
I have. I used to have this joke about if, you picked what to preserve based on your own preferences, that if I was deciding everything, all Jerry Lewis films would be lost. Always a big crowd pleaser at presentations. Can I say that joke anymore? Yeah, I can still say that joke. Anyhow, so we had these prints, and I just kept it in the back of my head. And then whenever my boss Andrea said, "Hey, what do you got for TCM this year? We need to put together stuff to pitch to them." So I did the normal. Here's the restorations. Here's a couple things we worked on that have kind of a star in them, because TCM is good at getting stars or star power.
Right.
So
that's one of the
you really
good things.
want to, if there's a star or somebody that was in this that's still around, or their kids are around and really active that might be able to come, this is something you want to pitch, because that makes it even better.
Right.
So along with the normal stuff, I did that. And then I said, hey.
Well, VistaVision stars, you knew VistaVision stars rising once again here.
Yeah, because
with the Brutalist
because
and the
of the
new
Brutalist.
P.T. Anderson film. And
that wasn't even announced yet, but I did know it because, nothing's secret in the industry. So,
and several
especially
other
when
films,
you're the VistaVision lady, word gets to you that, hey, stuff is being shot in VistaVision.
Yep.
Don't tell anyone. I even know others that haven't been announced yet.
That is true.
But I ain't telling. Anyhow, so I pitched this crazy idea to TCM. I said, hey, we've got VistaVision prints. So, if you wanted to somehow find a VistaVision projector, then, we could show some VistaVision film prints. Thinking they were going to be like, cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work.
And they said, yeah. They were crazy enough to say, you know what? Let's get Boston Light and Sound involved. They had a couple VistaVision projectors. They had 3 of them. 1 worked, 2 didn't. Between the 2, they made another that worked. Then they made spare parts, because you got to have spares, especially for the movements inside, the brains of the projectors, if you will. We we gotta have spares in case something happens during the show, guys. Anything could go wrong. So anyways.
That's why we're on pins and needles for this one. Who
if,
knows?
If you're coming to this screening, I mean.
It could be a complete disaster.
It could be a disaster.
Who knows?
And you want to be there for that. So they said yes. And here we are. Here we are. And they're going to leave the projectors installed there, I think, for the P.T. Anderson film that's coming out later this year, which is a Warner Brothers film, and TCM's part of Warner Brothers. So, it all kind of makes sense that they would be interested in this now.
Right.
And because of The Brutalist, it was just the right crazy pitch at the right time. And here we are.
And there it is.
And yeah, and originally I was just going to do a little introduction for both of the films because they said, well, we don't know who to ask to talk about VistaVision.
And then everybody just kind of pointed that way. Everybody was like.
And then they said, would you be interested in maybe doing a little talk? Okay, sure. And then it was, hey, would you be interested in doing an hour-long talk on the history of it? And I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. So that, anyhow. So that's our announcement. We've been teasing it forever. We've been saying we've got big news. And that's the big news that we've been wanting to tell everybody. And they finally put it up.
It's exciting. It's finally out there.
I didn't want to say it before they said it. So if you're going to be here, for TCM, there's also another little surprise. You might want to check out their merch booth. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say. And come see it. Because where else are you going to be able to see this? I don't know. I don't think this is going to be something that grows and is going to be a big popular thing after this. I really don't.
No, I don't see them putting VistaVision projectors in all over the country.
This is
it's kind of an oddity.
It's
like
a novelty.
Novelty, yep.
And it's going to be a blast.
It'll be very cool.
And who knows if it's going to all work out because we're running the sound separately. So we got 2 projectors, sound separately. So much could go wrong. And you want to be there for that.
But there are way too many brilliant people
so
involved
many
in this.
I know.
Yeah, we're joking about it going to be a calamity. It's not going to be like that at all.
Yeah, we brought in, on my part, I made sure that, especially with the sound, we got Nick Berg from Endpoint Audio. I said, he's the most brilliant person I know that does audio. Let me get this guy in there to help us. So he's helping with the Perspecta audio.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, and just putting him with Chapin from Boston Light and Sound and hearing engineer to engineers talk, it's just like, oh yes, this is going to be so good.
These guys have it covered.
They got it covered. So anyhow, that's the news. We're very excited to share. And yeah,
VistaVision
is popular. What dimension is this?
The VistaVision lady is now like in high demand, which is hilarious.
For this month only. So we're very excited about that. So if you're in town, please stop by. Please see the presentation. If you're, if you're lucky enough to hold whatever that pass level is, I don't know. It's up there.
We'll put links to the ticket site.
Or come by, see the presentation. If you see me, please say hi. Love saying hi to people. And
and we could have a few pins.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some pins.
Yeah, we could have some pins.
If you wanted
if someone
perf damage
would love a perf damage pin, please come up and say hi, and we can give you a pin.
That's Adam saying that, so he better have some freaking pins on it.
Oh, I will have pockets full of pins.
Pockets full of pins.
You
heard it here.
So.
All right, so we're going to let you go. Adam's got an episode to edit.
Yep.
He's been putting it off.
We've been a little busy lately.
He's been a little busy traveling and, all that kind of stuff. So he's got an episode to edit. And I got a presentation to write, guys, because
it's coming up. Coming up soon.
I've got notes scribbled down. I got to write. I got to get this going. So anyhow. Thanks for
joining us.
Thanks for joining us in this little whatever this was announcement.
Just announcement.
All right, and hope to see you guys at TCM.
Bye.
Bye.